boot camp.
And y'all, this project that we have today
is so cute.
I don't think you're ready.
I think this is going to be your favorite one all week. It's like right up y'all's alley.
I know.
We always know. I can almost like guess which one's going to be your favorite all week, and this is the one.
This is the one that I think you all are going to really, really love. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you're going to be obsessed with it.
Yes. So imagine stained glass, paper project, a card in particular. So it's going to be super fun, very exciting. If you guys have been with us all week, first of all, thank you for coming. We have had such a fun time all week. We did sublimation yesterday. We did a paper plant on Monday. Tuesday, Lauren did the tray, which is super cool. And y'all have been posting your projects in the Facebook group, which is even cooler because I love to see like the finished project from other people.
And since we're talking about, I already saw a comment earlier about someone asking where do we post our finished projects.
Yes.
If you are part of the Makers Gonna Learn family already, post your finished products in our Facebook group. Tanner announced yesterday that we're gonna do a little extra giveaway. If you are not part of the Makers Gonna Learn family, no fear, we still want you all to have a chance to be entered. You can send that over to customer service, hi@makersgonnalearn.com.
Yes, we want to see it. I love to see what you guys create. So if you have been here all week, you've heard our little spiel about MGL Plus, which is our new tier of membership that we have been kind of throwing out there to you guys because everyone has been asking for this level of membership. And it's just something that we've never done before. And so I think that you guys are really going to love it. If you've been on the fence, we have less than 100 spots left now.
And the $75 off goes away after tomorrow. So you need to go ahead and jump in on that deal. Remember everything that you're getting with that. And this is going to be, so you get $75 off even if you don't go MGL Plus. If you just want to go yearly, Makers Gonna Learn, you're still going to get $75 off using the code 750FF. But if you decide to go MGL Plus, you're going to go ahead and lock in your ticket for Makeathon 2026. Plus, you're going to go ahead and get your name put on one of the Makeathon boxes for Makeathon 2026 as well. And if you don't know what this is, we have a crafting event to kick off National Craft Month the first Saturday of every March. And we do Makeathon boxes where we pretty much put all of the supplies for your projects in this box and send it to you. So you don't even have to go out and get supplies. I mean, of course, there are things like weeding tools and stuff that you'll need that we're not going to put in the box, but you're going to get 95% of everything that you need in this Makeathon box. So if you go MGL Plus today, you're locking in that ticket and that Makeathon box, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a $227 value just by itself, if not more. Plus, you are getting these resource trilogies, this collector's edition resource trilogy sent to you.
I'm wondering, like, if we ever are gonna stop like giving these as incentive for you guys.
Well, we are running low on them,
and they're so cute. I would be like really heartbroken if I didn't get my hands on some of these.
And after we run out, we are not ordering more.
Yeah. So there you go.
We only ordered enough for the spots that we had, and so once they're gone, they're gone.
And these are, if you're like, what the heck even is that? These are reference guides. We've got a font pairing book that also talks about just like fonts in general. There's a Cricut Bible that we call it, and then a Canva Bible. So these are all just like reference guides for helping you with all those things.
Yes.
So super fun. But yeah, lots of information there. If you guys have any questions, just drop a comment. If we don't get to your comment, you can always email customer service, hi@makersgonnalearn.com. But other than that,
we have a giveaway winner to announce.
We have a giveaway winner.
We sure do. And the winner from yesterday is getting a sublimation printer, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do have a winner for the sublimation printer. And before we announce, today's giveaway
is a HTV roll AutoPress.
What?
Yeah. We're not doing anything with an AutoPress today, but we thought, why not?
So the last 3 days are big days.
Yeah.
Sublimation printer, AutoPress, and then tomorrow live we're giving away a Cricut Maker 4.
Yes, you have to be there for that one. You cannot watch the replay and comment. You have to be at the live stream to win that one.
Yes.
Okay.
So our winner for yesterday's sublimation printer is, drum roll please, Linda Loskazinski.
We practiced that before we came in here.
We practiced the name, Loskazinski. I got it. I think we got it.
I hope so. Let us know.
Linda, let us know if we got it right.
Listen,
I really hope
Linda.
we did.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you want to be entered to win the giveaway, which is the HTV Roll Auto Press for today's project, make sure to comment even if you're watching the replay.
Oh, and Linda's here.
Hello, Linda.
Linda's here with us.
Tell us how to say your
we
name.
did it right.
Spell it out how it sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Anyways, leave a comment. Even if you're watching the replay, we will announce that at the top of the show tomorrow. And then we will also be giving away a Cricut maker for tomorrow. Okay?
Yep.
All right, this project takes a while, so let's get into it.
Yeah.
This is like one of those projects that's just super therapeutic, I feel like. It's just relaxing to kind of do. Let me show you overhead what we're going to be creating. So look how pretty she is.
mean, y'all.
We've been doing some variations because like you can do so many different things.
Open up the card and show them how it like,
It's all the way through. It's all the way through. So it's like, sorry, I got some stuff on it. Let's open this one. And we're going to put a little insert in here. I just love this. This reminds me of that one that we made, and it was like an ornament, and you could detach the ornament and like use it. I feel like you could do that same technique with this glitter, but that's another day. Another day,
another dollar.
Yeah, another day, another project. So anyways, this is what we're making today. Absolutely gorgeous. If you signed up for Maker's Gonna Learn, you're gonna get the files for just that flower file. If you wanna use it for something else, that stained glass flower, and then also the card file, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into the supplies. So I'm gonna open up this is the page that you got emailed to at the beginning of boot camp, or if you sign up today, if you're not too late, you can still sign up and watch these on replay. What?
Linda said, great try on the name. You were very close. It's Kaczynski.
Oh, Kaczynski.
Kaczynski. Kaczynski.
Okay.
We were close.
I I would get Couric because I was Kerwick. The W is always silent for people. I think because Katie Couric.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope.
It's
not related. We're not related. Okay. Anyways, so this is where you're going to be led if you open up your email whenever you sign up. And we've just got a list of all the projects that we've done this week. We've done the flower, the tray, the coasters, and now we are on our, I want to put mess free in air quotes because it's glitter and y'all just know how it is.
Y'all know that glitter is the STD of the craft world.
Yeah,
I'll say it. I've said it many a times. I'll continue to say it.
It's the facts. It's the facts.
Once you get it, you can't get rid of it.
It doesn't go away. So, and also tomorrow's craft is one that I had to fight for, and I just want you guys to know that's the coolest project ever. I mean, you can say what you want, but I stand beside that.
I think honestly, I'm excited about tomorrow's.
Yeah, it's going to be really cute.
Yeah.
So, if you need to get your files for today's video, you are going to click on this, grab the zip file here, and it's going to download into a zip folder. We're just going to double click this to open it up, and then I'm going to click on the folder to open it up there. Now, if you're working on a PC, you may need to right click and extract, and then we're going to go to day 4. Now, you're going to see there is an SVG for this monoline stained glass. I'll tell you this is not a monoline file. Monoline files are literally one line. If you open this up, it's like a normal file. So if you tried to draw it, it would actually have 2 lines. If you're familiar with monoline files. Anyways, that's neither here nor there in the words of Lauren McCoy. But we're going to use this first file right here. It has everything you need, okay? These other 2 ones are just bonus files for you guys. So this one has the card and everything we need. Now, if you're like, well, what supplies do I need? If you just scroll down on this page down to day 4, let's scroll on down, and here is a picture that you can reference back to. And then you can actually click here to find the video to this tutorial whenever you want. And then here are the files we use and all the supplies we need, okay? So don't feel like you've got to go out and buy all this stuff. Try to use what you've got. I'm going to go over the supplies that we have right in front of us right now. and then you can kind of make your own judgment, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into Cricut. We're gonna upload that file we just downloaded. So I've already got it pulled up, but I'm just gonna get I'm gonna start fresh for you guys. So we're gonna go over here to the bottom left, and we are going to upload, and then we are going to select upload image. So just click that. Now you can go in here and you can browse, but I don't personally like to do it that way. I gotta go searching, I gotta type in the search bar, and it's just a whole heck of a big deal. So I'm gonna open up my Finder or your File Explorer, and we're just gonna drag and drop that SVG into here.
Okay, so while you're doing that and uploading that, I wanna talk, because Audrey is one of our friends that has been around our channel for a while.
Yeah.
And Audrey says, I'm not a cardstock person, but I enjoy watching. Can I be the first to say that I also, generally speaking, was not a cardstock person. I just felt like cardstock was not gonna give me the wow factor that I needed for a project that I wanted to complete.
Yes.
However, I think my mind has changed, and honest to goodness, I feel like cardstock is now one of my favorite mediums to work with.
Yeah, it's so fun, and like you just have to learn how to work with it, but the good thing about working with paper is that it's forgiving and it's inexpensive if you mess up. So you don't have to like worry about wasting product and things like that. So I love paper projects. They're one of my favorites. Okay, so this file pulls in. There are lots of layers, but we have colored everything to make it easier for you guys to kind of know like what's what, right? So we have everything pulled up here. Now it's all grouped together. And the reason I know that is because, well, one, we've just got one layer over here. If I hover over this little group button and it says ungroup, that tells me that it's grouped together, okay? So we're gonna ungroup this, and all of our images are now on their own layer, okay? Before we get started, I'm gonna rename my layers, and this is gonna help you guys, especially when you're working with paper projects. I feel like it's so easy to forget which layer is what and yada yada. So we're gonna start here. So this is the flower layer. Did you guys know you could rename your layers? You surely can. We're gonna skip this one because we're gonna address that here in a second. This is our card. This is our card insert. We're just double clicking on that layer. This is the backer for the front piece. And then these are the mylar / acetate layers that we will be cutting out of the clear. Okay, now everything has its own name. The cardstock weight it's a medium cardstock, so think like 60 to 80 pound. We're using the Celebration Warehouse brand of cardstock.
I was literally going to her website to see if she has the weight of the cardstock. I'm pretty sure it's 65.
Yeah,
but I want to double check because I feel like at one point I looked at it and it's 67 pound to be exact.
There you go, 60 to 80. 67 pounds. So that is the Celebration Warehouse brand that we use, is 67 pound, and I always consider that a medium weight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everything renamed. Now this little line right here is on the card. Now if we click that line, you're probably like, that must be where the card folds, right? Well, right now it's set to basic cut. We need to tell Cricut, hey, this is a card. I want to put a fold line there, right? So we need to change that line to a score, which we did some scoring on Monday. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it. But this is going to use our scoring tool to create a crease in the paper, which is going to allow us to fold our card much nicer than if we were to just manually try to close it together. So I'm going to go to Operation, and I'm going to change this from basic cut to score right here. See where it says score? We're gonna click that, and now look, that line is completely dotted, and even in our layers panel it says score. You can change this to score line too if you are feeling frisky. So all of our layers are named. We know exactly what is what, but the next thing we need to do is tell Cricut exactly where to put this line, because right now it's just kind of roaming around. There's no place for the line, right? It doesn't know where to go. So what I'm gonna do to make sure this is perfectly in the middle is I'm going to click and drag to select that line as well as that card. You can see over here, they're both selected. We're gonna go to Align, and I'm just gonna hit center. This is gonna put it in the center horizontally and the center vertically, okay? Next, you're gonna need to attach the line to the card. If you are scoring and you are just putting the score line wherever, the Cricut does not know, hey, you need to score it right there. You need to just attach it, and that way Cricut knows, okay, hey, that score line goes right there. Look, it's not gonna move. Even if I try to click on it, it's not gonna move. So we have our card, we've got all of our inserts, yada, yada. Now, if it makes you feel better and you want to color code all of your pieces, you can do that as well here. So like I'm gonna do my insert piece as an off-white. So we're just gonna come in here and just make this an off-white. Okay, it looks like a blush pink, whatever. It may look different to you guys. And then you can even change your card color. You can just select the card. We're gonna cut this out of a golden yellow color that I'm literally obsessed with right now. We're gonna cut that out. Those are our gold pieces. These are our acetate pieces. They're actually technically gonna be clear. We're just gonna keep them blue. And then this piece right here is gonna be cut out of black. Okay, so there's all of our pieces. Now before we go to cut it, I was gonna show you guys just a little mini tutorial on how to add text if you're wanting to add text to your insert, which is the piece that goes on the inside. I'm gonna open up a text box and we're just gonna write happy Mother's Day. If you are a Maker's Gonna Learn member, you will have access to all of our sketch fonts, which are fonts that we use to write with our Cricut. So we're gonna open up System, and I think I have some sketch fonts in here. I'm gonna type out sketch. If you've not looked on our website, the Maker's Gonna Learn website, go to makersgonnalearn.com, look for our fonts, type in sketch, and it'll give you all the sketch fonts we have. I think we even have a category titled sketch. And then I'm just gonna pick one of these that we already have. Let's do Cynthia. And I'm gonna shrink her down just a little bit. I love this because low-key don't like my own handwriting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people are like that. Okay, so the one thing that you do need to make sure that you do is to change this from a basic cut to let the Cricut know I want to make it right. Okay, Cricut always thinks it's cutting. He thinks he has one job, but like we know he doesn't have just one job. He needs to write, he needs to score, but we have to tell him what to do. We're the boss. So I'm gonna change this writing to come up here to the operation, right? We've already been up here, so we kind of know, and I'm gonna change this to pen. Now, it knows I need to write these words, but we've gotta tell it exactly where to write it. So I'm gonna select that square as well as the writing, and we're gonna attach. Easy peasy. Now the Cricut is gonna cut that square out and it's gonna write Happy Mother's Day. Easy enough, right?
Okay, so we have a couple questions that people have been asking. Talking about renaming your layers after attach, can you still rename? If it says attach, you can rename the layers under it.
You can rename this.
You can rename attach.
If we wanted to put card, we could. If we wanted to put insert, we could.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The other comment, Julie says the MGL sketch fonts still show up as bubble letters when I try to use them. They should not.
They should not.
Try re-downloading them and make sure that it is it will literally say sketch. It says sketch font on
and
it.
a lot of those sketch fonts we have real fonts of. So we have like the real font and then we turned it into a sketch font.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're using the sketch version. You can make an envelope for the size of the card. That's a training for another day.
And we do have envelopes on our website.
Yes, that you can use. If you know how to do it, we have the file. Okay. We've probably done a video on our channel, honestly.
I feel like I've for sure done one before.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we've got all of our pieces. How's everybody feeling? Any more questions before we move on? No? Okay, let's go to make it. We are saving this project because we have worked too long and too hard. Flower card. Save it to my projects. Hit save, and then we're gonna go to the make it page. Okie dokie. So, we've got to cut out our insert, okay? So now, let's talk about the supplies that you need. So I've got all my pieces here. You're gonna need a few different things. So we've got our card color. So I wanna do this goldenrod color. excuse me, as my base color. I've got a piece of, this is my insert. So you could really use like if you had some scrap or like a piece of white cardstock or something. This is my insert. I want the words to show up well, so I picked a light color. And then I have a piece of Mylar or acetate. You'll call it, hear it called different things. They have different measurements.
Yes.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Potato, potato. And then we have the black, which is for our flower outline. And then I've got a piece of Cricut clear sticker paper. Now, I thought I set this up here. Let me grab this. This is just clear sticker paper. This is like the special ingredient for this project. So this is technically Cricut printable vinyl, but it's like the clearest vinyl we could find that was not like semi-transparent. We wanted something that was like as clear as possible. So let me pull this off of here. Hold on one second. And y'all can see that's pretty dang clear, right?
Yep.
So this is what we're gonna be actually using to adhere the glitter. And it'll make sense here in a minute, but you are gonna need some clear sticker paper, okay? Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Also, we had a friend, Pamela said, do I have the wrong file? I only have 2 layers. Go back, if for some reason your file doesn't pull in the same as what Alicia's looked like, go back to the bootcamp page, re-download the folder, because we did have to update that file so everything was in one file. So re-download it and then pull it into Cricut, and that will help your issue.
Yes, I meant to tell you guys, and we reminded y'all yesterday if you were here, but Tuesday we had to update that card file, so you're gonna have to re-download the bootcamp files, which takes just a second. Sorry about that. We just wanted to make it a little bit easier for y'all.
Yeah.
So we did that. Now you're gonna need a well-loved standard grit mat or a light grit mat. We are cutting some very fine lines. You do not want to do a strong grit mat or a new standard grit mat. It will hold your paper and it will rip it apart. So light grip is the best for paper. This is a well-loved standard grit mat. I actually cut on this before. I actually cut this design out on this one, so I know it's gonna work. You're gonna need a zig pen. This is like a paint marker that has glue inside of it. Let me open it. Just a felt tip glue pen, basically. Great for paper crafting. Or some type of, something along those lines that you can do like precise gluing. You could also use the super tight glue that we use all the time, would work well here. Something along those lines. I've got reverse tweezers. I keep these right on deck whenever I'm working with paper crafts. I have a coordinating pin for our writing that's going on the inside. I've got a little popsicle stick for our glitters. And then I have this little scraper, which helps me get stuff off of the mat. And then I have like a whole bunch of glitter. So this is the StarCraft brand of glitter. Let me move this. These are the colors I'm using. I don't know, can y'all screenshot these if I put them here? Like, could you zoom and be able to see what that says? Honestly, y'all, just use the glitter you have. Use fine glitter will work. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of new glitter. I was just using whatever we had, you know? And this is kind of the color combo we're going with. So very fun, kind of giving me like a tropical vibe.
Yeah.
I really like it. Okay, so get you some glitter. I got 6 colors here. You know, don't be scared. Use as much as you want. And then I've got a double-sided tape runner. This is the Teresa Collins Xyron Mega Runner. I don't recommend. Also, we dropped it like 3 times, so it may just be us. I'm not saying it's this thing's fault. You know, he's just a tape runner. He's just doing his job, but it doesn't work well sometimes. I do have another one, but I don't know. Oh, here it is. Oh,
that one's better.
Thank
Much
you,
more better.
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, this is the Scrapbook Adhesives Easy Runner Grand. I do love this one. I also love the adhesive in here. This one has like glue dots, like the little tiniest glue dots. This one's smooth and clear. So get you a double-sided tape runner of some sorts. All right, let's get into making this. So we've got our first mat has our Happy Mother's Day. So we need to get our insert. This is the insert part. So I'm just gonna take my white cardstock. Okay, and where's, let's use a brayer. Burnish it down, bray it down. Make sure it's on there really well. And then we are going to select continue. Okay, our machine is on.
This would also be so pretty if you did the stained glass behind the, or not behind, but the stained glass around the flower in varying colors of like this, varying shades of the same color.
I wanted to do that one in greens like that. But then we started it yesterday and it was oranges and reds and I was like, forget it. We're just going to do these. But I agree. I think doing the flower like a white or just a contrasting color and then doing different shades of a contrasting color around.
Like white and green to make it look like a magnolia with like different shades of blue behind it would make it look so realistic.
Yes, be so pretty. Okay, so we're gonna cut this on medium cardstock and it's gonna tell us to load our pen into clamp A. It says black, but we're using red. We're just gonna do whatever we want, you know? So I'm gonna slide it under those two little lips right there, and then I'm going to take my pen.
Move the maker just a little bit, like turn it toward the camera. Yeah, like that.
Can you see
like
it?
That looks so much better.
Okay. I'm going to take our scoring stylus out for a minute. You will need a scoring stylus. I did not mention that in the beginning of the show. This is our scoring stylus. Isn't she cute? I'm going to sit her there.
She's cute. She's gorgeous.
She's cute and gorgeous. This is a 0.4 tip, Very Berry is the color of this. Just a Cricut pen. I'm going to pop it down in there. You're going to hear it. Do you hear it? Beautiful.
Yes, the double-sided tape runner that we have is from Amazon.
Yes, both of them are.
Both of them are. Unfortunately, the love of the crafting, one of the crafting loves of our lives is discontinued. And so we no longer get to use it on camera because you all can't get it.
Yeah.
Which is the Mac Daddy of tape runners, and that's a 3M
ATG gun.
ATG gun.
Yeah, that is
Scotch
the Mac Daddy.
ATG gun.
That is the Mac Daddy. Thank you, Joyful Creations. I wish I knew your real name. I don't. I know book teachers, Carol. We've got some people who have code names in our chat, and I know who you are, mostly, except for that one. I don't know who Beat and Tiger is, and they've been coming for a long time. Also, What the F is a screen name. They're here all the time. We love you. I don't know. I don't know what your name is. I don't know what you look like, but we're friends on the internet.
I think, April, it's just, I don't think they make the actual holder anymore. I think there are some, like the actual tape rolls that are like still floating out there that you can get your hands on. So if you have the tape runner and you see the rolls of tape, grab those puppies up.
Yes. Okay, so we've got our writing now. If you're taking your paper off your mats, I want you to flip it upside down and we're gonna pull it away. Like this. Okay, we don't want to curl our paper.
Nikki.
So, you see, it's flat. If I would have ripped that off, it would have been all benty and curved and not cute. Look, it's so cute. Happy Mother's Day. Okay, I'm gonna move this. We're starting our piles. Remember, if we're working with paper, we have piles. Now, next is our black piece. I could have technically cut those first two pieces on the same mat, but I'm not trying to get y'all overwhelmed. Like, I don't want you to be stressed about anything. So we're gonna do one color at a time. Okay, this is the black. Make sure wherever this is cutting is secured down. We don't want it to move. And like I said, if you've got a new standard grip mat, do not try to cut this on a new standard grip mat. Honestly, a new light grip mat is gonna be a little iffy. You're just gonna have to be really careful when you remove it off of the machine.
Because this is going to be an intricate cut.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna cut it on medium cardstock because it works fine for me, but there is an intricate cardstock cut setting. I'll show you guys. If you browse on materials, you type in cardstock for intricate cuts, we'll use it.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, and then I've got my blade in here, and then we are just going to send this in. You gotta push these Maker 4 buttons like you mean it.
Okay, so our friend Janelle says, oh, I used to work for a 3M distributor. Girl, get your contacts and say, is there anybody does anybody have in a warehouse ATG tape dispensers?
Maker's gonna learn is trying to get our own. I'm just kidding.
We will.
But
listen,
I think if we did do a product, that'd be the first one.
If there was ever a product that we created, that we crafted in our brain and worked with somebody to actually create, I truly think that it would be a tape runner because
I agree.
the ATG gun, it is a little complicated. If you have one, you know it's a tad bit complicated to change out the refills at first. But I'm telling you, when you compare it to other tape runners, there isn't a comparison. Like, you can't.
It's untouched. Untouched. Beaten Tiger, Alicia, sorry, don't use the real name on social media. Use, smart. You know what? I was listening to a podcast about this, and it was like a person who was in like the CIA or something, and they were like, never put your name on the internet. Like,
well,
never.
Too late for me.
It's too late for us. It's too late.
Darn it.
Yeah, it's smart. I guess the less you can do it, the less of a digital footprint you can leave, the better.
Actually, they don't know my real legal name.
Oh, no, but they're going to go find it now. They're going to find it now. That's so funny. Okay, so this is actually doing 2 passes because it's like, it does like a little trim and then it does like the final cut. You know, it doesn't want to just get in there. The reason that we have an intricate cut setting is because sometimes if you just go in and cut it too hard, too fast, it's going to rip up whatever it's cutting. So with intricate cuts, it does 2 lighter passes and it allows the machine to cut it a little bit more delicately. So it'll take a little bit longer, but it's going to do 2 passes. So we're going to let that cut. That'll take the longest. And then we're going to get into the glitter.
I'm so excited about this.
Me too. What have you guys, what has been your favorite project so far this week?
Chris Nunamaker. First of all, Chris, I love your last name, Nunamaker.
Oh.
It reminds me of my favorite movie in the entire
Chris?
world. I don't know. They just commented, such a pretty card to create.
Oh.
I love the last name Nunamaker. It reminds me of my favorite movie, Joe Dirt.
What is that? When do they say Nunamaker?
That's supposed to be his real last name.
Oh, gosh. That is hilarious.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
That's what I feel like.
Okay. Now, don't go taking this off. Okay? We're not going to take this off yet. I am going to take off the outer edge. Do you think you could go get me another mat?
Jaeger.
Actually, I'd be okay. Nope, I don't need it.
I can get it.
Just get one just in case, I guess. Okay. I meant to cut this last, but, you know, I'm a silly goose. Okay, I'm going to pull this off. There is a little edge right here, and it does not look like it cut. Shoo, make me stressed. Listen, if you've been doing a bunch of projects, make sure you put a new, what am I trying to say? Blade. A new blade in your Cricut before you go to cut this.
I brought a couple just in case.
Oh, okay. Cook. Okay. Now, you're going to get your Cricut sticker paper, that Cricut clear printable sticker paper that we talked about, and you need to just cut you a square. Well, you're going to trim it down, so just cut you a square that's bigger than the circle, okay? This one is like 5 by 5.5 or 5 by 6, okay? Cut you just a little piece of this Cricut clear sticker paper, and you are going to remove the backer, and we're going to pick this up. Now, this part is a little stressful because I ain't never done anything like this. Like, whenever we did it, me and Holly sat and we did this like 15 different ways, trying to figure out how to do it right, and finally got it. So, SOS, we got it. So it works. So trust me. So I'm going to stick this down, okay? And I'm just going to, I'm not going to press where it's sticky on the mat. I'm just going to kind of run my finger over where this paper is. Okay, you can even take like a burnishing tool and burnish it down. We want it to stick pretty good, okay?
Now, while she's doing that, we did have someone ask, does it have to be black? It doesn't necessarily have to be, but if you are creating something that has a stained glass look, you know, this, I mean, you could
dark brown.
You could do dark brown.
What?
It's just, all it is it's creating separation from the other pieces to make it look stained glass.
Yes. So you don't have to, but it would look the best, I think. Okay, now, we've got our little piece on. I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to slowly remove. I need everything to come with me. I don't want anything stuck on the mat. It all needs to come onto the Cricut sticker paper. Okay, so look, this is what we've got here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can like see, but this is what it looks like. Looks crazy, right? We're just gonna sit it down. Just sit her down for a second. We're gonna cut the rest of our stuff out. That way we've got it all ready to go. So our next layer is our yellow layer, or your base of your card, whatever color you chose to do for the base of your card. We're gonna cut this out and cut our Mylar out, and then we're gonna start glitterifying everything.
Yep. Also, we've had some people say what type of sticky paper. You don't have to get Cricut brand. We just found that the Cricut brand was the clearest. You just need some type of clear sticker paper. Like
even clear transfer tape could probably work. If you have like a non-grid clear transfer tape would work.
But it needs to be...
It needs to be clear.
Yeah, just something like...
And sticky on one side.
Somebody even said clear vinyl. I mean, clear vinyl would work. It's going to be a little bit thicker.
But it would work just fine.
Just clear, sticky substance. Paper.
Paper.
Vinyl.
Oh my God. So listen, this yellow card, it's trying to tell us to use a scoring wheel, but y'all know we don't like to use that scoring wheel. We want to use the scoring stylus. So here on the share screen, go to Edit Tools. I'm going to use the scoring stylus. I'll tell you this every single time we do it. We don't like to change our adaptive tools out because it takes way longer. So we just pop out the marker out of Clamp A, put in your scoring stylus, and look, I've got my stylus and I've got my fine point blade in there, and it's like ready to go. You know, I don't have to cut it, then put my scoring wheel in and all that jazz. I don't want to do that. So you're going to put it underneath those little edges, slide that in, and it's going to score our card and cut it out for us. Then we'll cut our clear pieces. Does anyone have questions about anything we've done up to this point? Anybody?
I've not seen any.
Mylar and acetate are interchangeable. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I actually, a while ago, decided to Google the
I feel like we have to do this every time.
Okay, so the difference between Mylar and acetate is truly just what it is made out of. So Mylar is a polyester film made from like polyethylene, and then acetate is a specific type of plastic called cellulose acetate. So it's not a poly base, it's more of, if I'm not mistaken, cellulose plastic is more of like a plant-based plastic.
Yes. So
don't quote me on that.
They work almost exactly the same.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, we're going with gravity. We're peeling off all these pieces towards the table so we don't bend them. Don't break your mat though. Okay, let's put this over here. I don't need these little guys necessarily, so I'm just gonna kind of put them to the side, save them for another day. And then I'm gonna put my card pieces up here. Okay, and now we need to cut this acetate out. We're gonna put this on here, and then I'm going to bray it down. Now, if you don't have a brayer and you're working with a material like this that you don't wanna scratch up, you can just take a piece of leftover cardstock and take your burnishing tool and go over it like this, because it will mark up your acetate really bad, and I don't like that. So I just put a piece of paper or something over top of it to protect it. Okay, then in our cut settings, we're going to browse on materials. I'm gonna type in acetate. Is that right, acetate? No, honey, do better. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Okay, and then hit done, and we are going to send this through. Now, you are not gonna unload this because this material tends to be hard to cut. You are not gonna unload this until you know it's cut all the way through. So we're gonna let it run around and cut the first round, and we are not going to hit this little blinky arrow. Even though it's telling us to unload it, we're ignoring, okay? We're the boss. So whenever it gets done cutting, we're gonna check the cut. If it needs to cut again, we're gonna hit that play button or your little Cricut button, and we're gonna cut it again. Also, look how fast that cuts.
crazy.
I'm like, slow down, sir. That's crazy. Okay. It's doing 3 passes, so I'm feeling good. All right. It's telling me to unload it, but no. Nay. We're going to pull this up. Oh, honey, it cut. Now, if it didn't cut, just hit the go button again. Just one time, just hit it, okay? But if it did cut, you can unload it. Okay, so now we're gonna pull this off. We've got 1 piece, 2 piece, sit those to the side. Save the rest of this acetate for later.
We did have a friend say the acetate comes with plastic on it. Do you remove the plastic before you cut? Yes, if it has a plastic film on top of it, go ahead and remove that before you cut it.
Yes.
That is just to help protect the protect it from getting scratched.
Yeah. Ours doesn't come with a protective sheet or nothing.
Some of them do, some of them don't, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, now get you a piece of scrap paper, newspaper. It can be whatever you want. We're about to start glittering. So y'all know if you've got designated glitter poster board in your craft closet, grab it because we're gonna start glittering. So you're gonna take your little piece that we did earlier with our flower on it. And this is the part, remember it was on the mat and we put this on top of it. You're gonna flip it over so you're looking at, like you can feel the paper back here. And I'm going to you can use reverse tweezers or a weeding tool. I kind of went back and forth. Some pieces wouldn't come up as easily with the weeding tool, and then others were easier with the weeding tool. So it just depends. And we are gonna start weeding out the one. Let's come to camera 1. We are going to do 1 color at a time. This is the mess-free part. This is what makes the flower look so neat, because we're gonna be doing 1 color at a time, right? So I like to start with the flower. If you need to pull the flower up onto the camera, onto the computer to look at it, that seemed to help me. I'm gonna zoom into ours over here. Really just for the initial flower part so you can see like, oh,
yeah,
like that's where all the petals of the flower are. I'm gonna weed out all those petals first. That's a really good starting point in my opinion. And we are going to do that, okay? So let's get into it. Now I have one that I partially started, so I'm gonna show y'all how to do this and then I'm gonna finish on that one because we'll be here for an hour while I do this and we still have to assemble it and all that. So now sometimes it's gonna wanna stick to your vinyl. We want it to stick a little bit, right? But you see what I'm doing here? So we're only pulling up every flower petal. I'm gonna make these all the same color. And I'm gonna do white. So anything I want to be white, I'm gonna pull up. Do you guys remember our cat scratch tumblers? This is giving me throwbacks to cat scratch tumblers.
Yeah.
Because you would just pull up like the elements that you wanted glittered. And those took ages, but they were so pretty. Okay. So you can see if it starts like there's 2 layers to this paper. So sometimes you'll pull up that first layer and then you're like, wait, there's another layer underneath. And also be careful not to stab through your clear paper. I did it once yesterday. You can't even tell, so it's really not a big deal. If we do a project too far away from the initial, like the live, I have to do it again because I forget because we do so many projects here. I'm like, oh, I gotta be fresh to death. Any questions? Yeah, the cat scratch tumblers took a ton of work, you guys. They're so pretty. Okay. Now sometimes you get it started and you can't grab it. That's where these tweezers come in handy. Oh, it's so satisfying when it comes off in like one clean swoop.
Mm-hmm. I'm being real quiet watching.
It'd be more relaxing if I didn't sound disgusting right now. Okay.
So Donna asked, do you need to be careful not to like poke a hole through the sticky paper?
Yes, and you may accidentally, I even like ripped my sticky paper yesterday on this one. I made this one yesterday. And you can't even tell, like I couldn't even tell you where I did it. But I ripped it good. And I was like, oh shoot. Like I better not do that tomorrow because it'll mess up. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of, and you'll get like little flakes of that black. You just kind of have to scrape it off with your weeding tool. It's giving dental hygienist. You know, I've been at the dentist a lot lately. So. Lauren and I both.
Yeah.
Sadie, when's the last time you went to the dentist?
My last cleaning, which is like every 6 months.
You go every 6 months for real?
Yeah.
What a responsible adult.
6 months.
Well, it was like 6 years for me. So, yeah.
Better
Take care of your
than
teeth,
me.
people.
Better than me.
Better than me. That's what happens when you're an adult. Okay. Now, everything that is supposed to be white has been plucked off. Oh, wait. There's like a little piece in between.
Okay. Jess asked a really, really good question, and I want to address that. So Jess said, why didn't you get the little pieces out before when it was still on the mat or after removing from the mat? So this is the part where you get to, where you can have all of these different colors of glitter on the same thing. So we're just taking out one area at a time and putting in the color that we want. You'll just wait and see.
Yes.
You'll understand why here in a minute.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this white on a popsicle stick. I just took the whole lid off because I need room, you know, I got to get in there. And we're just going to kind of deposit this on top of here. And then you can take your popsicle stick and kind of slide the glitter around to cover all of these petals. Just like so. And don't be scared. Get it covered. Don't be missing parts. The more you put on there, the better it's going to look. I mean, you don't want to cake it on, but also you want to make sure every part is covered. Oops. I'm just going to get some more. And then, here we go. I'm also going to tape this down so it doesn't move. Because I did this yesterday. I kept like sticking my finger to it, and I was like, jeez.
Need some tape?
Yeah,
I will
like
get some.
painter's tape or something.
I got you.
Usually we have some. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of keep pushing this around on here. And then, once you've got it completely covered, you're gonna take, this is what I was using. It can be a piece of cardstock. It can be like an old piece of Mylar. Perfect, thank you. You're just gonna take something that can go over this, and you're gonna push down. I'm just pushing this on here. I want that glitter to be adhered, you know? Push it down and then pull that piece up. Okay? Then you can kind of tap off the excess. So we've got all of our white done. Tap off the excess, and then I'm gonna dump all this into the trash can. And we're gonna go to our next color. Beautiful. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tape this down because I don't like it to move while I'm trying to work. I'm just taking some painter's tape and attaching it there. And then we're gonna keep on working. Next color we're gonna use is orange. I've been saying orange like that because Blippi says it like that. So tell me you have toddlers without telling me you have toddlers. He says, orange, that's my favorite color.
Orange.
Orange. Okay, I'm trying to find the border here. You guys getting the gist? Now the border's the hardest one to pull off. I'll just tell you that up front. So we'll just start there. Why not?
Because it's so thin.
so thin, it's stuck down. I kind of like get my weeding tool to loosen it up around the edge. Try not to pull up your actual border though, right? You're not going on that very outer edge. You're going right beside it.
Now, one thing I want to say about these cards, they are a labor of love.
Yes.
So,
But they're
they're beautiful.
They don't take as long as you will think. Like, I don't know. They do take longer than just like a normal card, but I love how they turn out. So.
Yes, Sharon, you are going to have access to watch these boot camps this boot camp on our channel after it is done. We're keeping it on our channel this time, not taking it down.
Some parts of the border are a little bit more sticky than others.
Also, we've had a couple people, you just keep working.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pop this bad boy right here. People have been asking for what the finished product's gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just gonna lay that right there so they can see it.
Now, I'm not following those colors, but you can. You can kind of pick a color scheme and go with it. I use 6 colors on this one. I don't know how many.
The one on the
We
left
use
is
it
giving me almost Beauty and the Beast vibes.
Me too. It gives me Beauty and the Beast.
Except it's a poppy and not a rose. It reminds me of a poppy versus a rose, but it's still giving me Beauty and the Beast vibes.
It reminds me of a tulip, red tulip, which are like my favorite flowers. Okay. So good. All right, now we're gonna go in. This is the color Clownfish from StarCraft. We are going to, actually, I wanna do some more. I wanna do a couple other, I think I just flung glitter into my eyeball.
Ooh.
Love that for me. I'm gonna do a couple of these pieces out here around the flower in this same orange. Look what I just did. Do you guys see what I just did? Let me show you. I'm gonna fix it, but I'm gonna show you.
Did you tear up the egg?
Just tore it right off. I just tore up a chunk.
A chunk?
Look, it's on here. I'm gonna take it off and put it back. You weren't supposed to come off there, buddy. I'm just gonna put it back. Just put it back. Here you go.
Oh, you tore up a chunk of the sticker paper. Well, you do have this other one over here that you can work with.
I know. I'm gonna move over to that one here in a second. So I need to pull off anything that I want orange in here. I shouldn't have put glitter down yet. Pull off anything that you want before you start glittering. I just got sidetracked because I tore a hole in it. I was trying to cover it up before you guys saw it. Okay. Cute. And then let's do a third one. Orange. You kind of have to like pick at it to get it started. And then once it's started, it kind of comes up.
This is making me nervous watching you do this. I don't know why.
Don't be nervous.
I mean, I'm not. I guess it's because I can't see it, and I'm just like, ooh, 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 every time.
What's going on? I'm gonna use my tweezers to pull it off. Man, he really does not want to come off there. There we go. I try to get like, if you've got a little black residue, just kind of try to scrape it off, pluck it off. Whatever you can do to get it off of that sticky part. Okay. all this is going to be orange. So let's just put a little glitter there, a little glitter there. And we're going to do the border. I just kind of like, and then I'll drag it, push it around.
So I've been sitting here thinking about this for about 10 minutes after somebody mentioned it. Somebody said, why, or could you use, not why, but could you use black vinyl instead of paper? And so I've been sitting here contemplating, thinking, trying to use my brain of all the ways that maybe you could, but I really don't think that you could for this project because, hear me out, if you put the clear sticker paper on the front of the clear vinyl, then all it's going to do is you're going to have a sticky back and your glitter is going to stick to the sticky back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you have non-sticky side of vinyl, you place clear sticker paper on top of non-sticky side, and then you flip it over to put the glitter, you're going to have sticky side of vinyl facing up. Then I thought, okay, well, what if you put the two sticky sides together? So that way you have non-sticky on each side. And then I thought, nope, that's going to be a, you know what, to weed because you've got two sticky sides sandwiched together.
That's what we did when we experimented. And actually, Holly did it with cardstock and I did it with vinyl because I thought vinyl at first. And I had that same issue. So we did it this way.
You want to know what would be really cool?
What?
Is if you found an HTV that had like super, super clear transfer tape. But I still don't think that it would work as well.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Food for thought.
Food for thought.
Okay, I have one over here. Holly, bless her, she started it for me. They're like the same amount done, though. They're the same, I mean, pretty much the same amount done.
Might as well.
I'm just going to keep trucking.
Might as well stick to what you got.
I'm just going to keep trucking.
Just keep on trucking.
It doesn't take like that long to assemble these, though.
Carla, don't be confused. So what we are doing is we are doing each individual color and pulling up the pieces that we want that color. So the first one we pulled up was the middle where we used white glitter. And the reason that we used the white glitter there is because if you do the white, you need to start with your lightest color glitters, probably.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using white. Start with that first and try your best not to get any other colors in your white. That's why Alicia's using the popsicle stick.
Yeah, and we also pushed it down in there really good, so it should be pretty covered and shouldn't pick up any other colors.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourself, children.
Yes, I'm still looking. Wouldn't a paintbrush work better for spreading? I mean, with it being this small, just using that popsicle stick and like your finger just to move it around would be fine. I mean, if you want to use a paintbrush.
I'm telling y'all, we have tried it all, okay? Any suggestion you're throwing at us, we did. This is the best way to do it. Sometimes, I mean, if you guys could come up with a better way, please tell me. But it really is a craft that you just kind of sit and chill, and it is really relaxing to do when you're just kind of on your own time. I think you guys are really going to enjoy making this one, honestly.
Oh, that's a big honky piece that you're working on, ain't it?
He's a big mama.
But it's got that little doohickey through it.
This?
Leaf.
Yeah, the leaf is like kind of coming up.
I'm trying to look at the screen and then look at what you're doing and determine which one it is.
This piece does not want to come up.
So, on the reason that we're throwing away the minimal amount of glitter is because we don't have time to save it right now. Normally we do save our glitter, y'all. Don't
Would y'all
come
say
at
that
us.
glitter? Be so real with me right now. Be so real with me right now.
That's why we use a popsicle stick, so we just use a little teeny tiny amount.
Yeah, y'all are playing. That's crazy. There's not enough to save. Okay. I'm just kind of, don't scrape too hard. Like you can scrape to get some of this off, but don't go too hard because you'll scrape through the
Adhesive.
The vinyl, yeah. I feel like a dentist though, for real. This is what it feels like. This is them getting cavities out of my teeth. I'm like, wow, lady, you haven't been to the dentist in 6 years, I can tell. Okay. That one was a doozy. He did not want to come off. I'm gonna do, let's see, what color do we want to do next? We've done orange. Let's do this color. This is like one of my favorite colors. This is hibiscus. We'll do that next. Sometimes it helps to kind of go around the edge of it and loosen it up. And then it'll just pop off a little bit easier. What?
Nothing. I didn't mean to audibly do that.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want this piece too. I am not going in any particular order, y'all. I am kind of like the ones I already did. I'm kind of trying to attach this hibiscus color pretty close to the orange ones I already have on. And then I'm just like working my way around. Let's do this one too. Oh, shoot. Don't be doing me like that. I'm going to go around the edges, try to loosen this all up. Okay.
I was looking. I know we have a lot of.
I'm so sorry. We do have other stained glass designs, I'm pretty sure.
I was looking. So we did a stained glass shadow box last year that looked very similar to what this looks like. That you could use like the outline of it. I'm going in there and looking, and I'm going to download one and see how many, because we do have some stained glass sublimation files that are going to be strictly PNGs.
Yeah.
But like that one was listed as
We have so many files I think that you could use for this.
like Lily stained glass shadow box, dogwood
Yes.
stained glass shadow box. There's a
Forgot about
cardinal with
those.
dogwoods. There's a bee. All those shadow box files, they're going to come in very large. Let's talk about the fact that they're going to come in very large, and you would have to size it to fit in a card. But this one is set up for you to just go with it how it is.
Yes.
So I'm going to download this one, and I'm going to upload it into Cricut right now, and I'm going to see how many layers it comes in for you, and then let you know.
So I'm just putting a piece, you can put cardstock. I've been using this clear piece of Mylar I had left over, and I am just rubbing over where we've just put the glitter to really get it in there. I want it to really stick. And then you're gonna peel it off. Tap, 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 little tap, 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 tap.
That reminds me of Balin Out Loud.
Yes, that show's so freaking.
Tippy tippy tap.
Tippy tippy tap. You're bald. It's like, you're bald. You're bald. So funny. It's funnier to me that everyone just ignores her that's like familiar with her. They're just like, oh, it's just Balin talking, you know.
Yep.
They do not need to be monoline files. You do not want to use monoline files. That's what I was saying at the beginning, that the file name has monoline in it, but it's not a true monoline, so don't use a monoline file. Just use a normal file. Okay, so we've done our pretty magenta color. Let's keep on trekking. I'm going to use this like goldenrod color next, I think. Is my head right in the way? Okay. You're done.
You're done.
You're done. Who else here watches Balin out loud?
I think we've got a few.
Gosh, so good. That show is so good. Honestly, TLC is just my favorite. TLC or... Oh, maybe it's not called TLC anymore. Is there a different name for that?
Nope, it's TLC.
Oh, okay. TLC and HGTV. My go-tos.
Oh, HGTV all the way.
Yeah.
Love,
It's my
love
comfort.
it.
Documentaries. Telling Lauren and Sadie, I was having a dream last night. You guys know what a centipede looks like? I had a dream that they were like all over my house. And my house was also my childhood home, which we were talking about that yesterday. That's why I know I had that dream. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking about my childhood home. Mm-hmm. And there were centipedes all over.
Okay, gals and dolls, come in because you can use one of these files, the stained glass file, but you will have to, I will say this, you will have to slice it out, like slice the circle out because it is in a square.
Or you could just do it as
Or
a
you
square.
could just do it in a square.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is what it looks like. This is why I say, so this is what it looks like. This is what I got rid of all of the other layers, but this is what the stained glass like outline looks like. So you're gonna have these are gonna be thicker, the lines are gonna be thicker inside, but there might be less things you have to weed.
Right.
So, and it might be easier. So you can create this kind of same effect if you wanted to, using that and just size it down, and it would be like a square card, like a 5x5 card.
We are almost, I'd say we're over halfway now. Now, some of these are leaves. You want to get the leaves out of the way and do those first, you can totally do that. When I first did one, I did the leaves and the flower first. That was like kind of my pattern. And it's hard to see when you start getting really intricate. It's hard to see where the lines start and stop.
Now, if for some reason, because I feel like I've seen a couple people that have said, glitter's not their friend, I'll have to do this with something else, I don't have the patience. Y'all, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
If you want to create something similar to this, maybe it's not even in a card. We do have those stained glass shadow boxes, and we have a tutorial on our channel with that.
Yeah, and you can do like different layers of colored cardstock. And
Yeah.
it's meant to look like stained glass, but there's no paint or glitter involved.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's looking so cute.
It is.
When we put it in the card, y'all are going to be like, oh, my Lanta.
What color did you cut the card this time?
Yellow.
Oh, okay.
I just love that yellow.
I do like that yellow.
Committed. Okay. Let's do... I like to say to use the color that you use for your base of your card in your color. I meant to put these back. In your colors that you use of glitter. Just to like tie it all together. Obviously, unless you use black. Because your outline will kind of cover that. So even if you're getting it onto the other ones, where we push all that in really good, it
There
doesn't
really shouldn't be any more adhesive left.
Yeah. It's covered already.
But I still would stay away from my whites if you could.
Just as much as you can. Okay. And we're gonna take our little piece. Now, really, cardstock's gonna be better because look, it's like sticking to the. It's
okay. ASMR. That right there is ASMR if I've ever heard it.
We unlock a new ASMR sound. Ooh, these colors look so pretty. Okay, take this. You can kind of tap on the back too, like to make sure it really comes off of there. Look how pretty. Okay, and then I've got one more color and then our leaves. And then we will assemble. What time is it?
2:42.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Let's see. Oh, dang. I thought that one was going to come off altogether. Oh, shoot. Oops. Well, golly. I ripped that one to shreds on accident.
What do you mean?
It like shredded off, like when I was trying to take all the pieces off. It came off in like 4 different pieces rather than one. And I try to get this black off of here because I don't want it to show up in my colors, you know? Which I'm going to use, this next color is like a dark burgundy, so it should be good.
I think everybody's just like mesmerized watching.
Glad you guys like it because I am super focused.
Laser focused. Now, while she is doing that, and I've got to stop watching myself because I get mesmerized. If you are here and you have not taken advantage of our deals that we have going on, I'll give you a really quick rundown about what's happening. So we have a amazing deal on all tiers of membership, not just one or the other. Maybe yearly or MGL Plus isn't in the cards for you right now. Don't worry, we are also doing half off of your first month of membership if that's something that you'd be interested in. If you want to recreate this, you don't have to have membership to recreate anything that we've done this week because we're giving you the files for free. But if you want to recreate anything else that we have on our YouTube channel, everything that we do, we have a cut file and fonts to pair that goes along with every single project. But right now we're doing $75 off of our yearly membership and MGL Plus. So yearly membership, you still get everything that we have offered in the past. So you get your 30 days to master your Cricut, you get the silhouette course, you get Brothers Scan and Cut if you need it. So many different things. Plus, how many cut files are we up to now? Like over 20,000
It's got to be close to 20,000.
Something like, it's ridiculous. And hundreds of fonts that you get to use and get commercial use license for a full year. But if you want to truly learn everything about crafting, we just recently decided to launch MGL Plus, which is a yearly membership that is going to get you access to every single course we have ever created. Want to learn how to sublimate? Get MGL Plus and get access to that. Want to learn how to use Canva? MGL Plus, we have a course for that. Want to take your crafting to the next level? MGL Plus. We have Maker U, freshman and sophomore year and junior year coming out this year. So you're going to get access to every single course we've ever created if you go MGL Plus using code 750FF. And if you're already a member and you want to upgrade to get access to all of that, what our system does is it actually tells us how much, if your membership started, let's say, last month and you paid for the year, they're gonna knock that year off minus a month, plus you can stack that $75 off coupon, which is crazy. And what that MGL Plus, if you upgrade, you are going to get access to all of our courses. You are going to lock in your 2026 Makeathon ticket. You are going to secure your name on a 2026 Makeathon box, plus, you're gonna get this amazing collector's edition resource trilogy.
Boom.
I mean, boom.
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 Okay.
Boom.
This is the last color, friends. Okay, I'm gonna take my little sheet. I'm gonna smush it. Listen, you can use whatever you got. My other one was covered in glitter, so smush it down in there. Tap it off. Tap, 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 tapping. What's that movie? And it's like tap, tap, tapping, tap, tap, tapping. He's like, dun, 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 on the kick drum, come, on the kick drum. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I cannot think about it.
Somebody tell us in the comments. Okay, now that you've gotten your glitter, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put our glitter away because it's gonna be sticking to dang near everything if not. I'm just gonna move everything out of the way. Clean slate. Glitter can go back where you came from. Scooch all this off. I'm probably gonna be covered in glitter for days. That's okay.
We also don't have a time frame for, there are talks of a laser course, but we don't have a time frame just yet.
Yes. Oh, The Breakup. The movie is The Breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off here. Okay, we're gonna cut this out. We're gonna take scissors, and we're just gonna cut it out.
And I want to, while she's cutting that out, I want to address a couple things. We had some friends ask, there was a one-time offer back in December where we offered lifetime. That was lifetime access to just our basic membership, okay? That means that there's a lot that went into that, but that's just lifetime access to our basic membership, not the courses. So you can determine if you want lifetime access to the basic membership or if you want to upgrade. You can always, if anybody has any questions about their specific account, our customer service team is amazing, ready to help serve you. You can email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and ask any and all questions about your account to our customer service team.
Y'all, look how gorgeous. Isn't it so pretty? I love it. Okay, now we need to grab all of our stuff. So we've got our card, right? There's a score line. We're gonna go ahead and crease our card right along that score line. I'll tell you, the score function, the power of the score on the Cricut Maker 4 is amazing. Like, it's crazy. The difference between the Maker 4 and the Maker 3 on the score function. Okay, I'm gonna take a piece of my Mylar.
Sadie, if you'll drop the link for people to check out our join page. If you're questioning if you want to know the price, Sadie is dropping you all the link. Check out that join page and that will answer any and all questions.
Okay, when you're using this pen, you're gonna bounce it. You're not gonna, don't do that. Just bounce it. Once it starts going, kind of roll it on its side. And then we're going to add a little border of this. If it runs out of juice, there it goes. Bounce it till the blue comes out, and then you're gonna do that again. I wouldn't recommend hot glue here because it's gonna dry really fast, but you know what? To each their own. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a Mylar. It's not the cleanest Mylar I've ever cut, but you know, we're gonna make it work. And then I'm just gonna kind of push around the edges. Okay.
The other thing with I would think using hot glue with this is I would be afraid that the hot glue would come out the front.
Yes, or and like arch your paper. It's just not good. Okay. Then this guy is gonna go, so this is the front. He's gonna go down on top of that once it's dried. See if this is gonna stay. Oh yeah, it'll stay. Okay. This is gonna go down. So I'm just gonna place him for a minute, okay? We're just placing this. So this is the front. This is the back. We are on the inside of the card right now. I'm gonna put this so it's looking out of this little window we've created. And we need to put a piece of clear on the back of this as well. So what I'm gonna do is take this guy, scooch this out of the way, take this guy right here, and I'm just gonna add 2 neat little strips, just 2 neat little strips. I've got glitter dang everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go straight, try to line it up a little bit as good as you can. And grab it. Okay, so I've grabbed it. And you see how there's like the clear around it? We're gonna add another layer of glue all the way around. So, I'm just gonna bounce that. And then we will attach this to the front.
So people are saying all the different things that you could use this for. Absolutely. This would be a great card if you wanted to create a card that could later be used for something else. Like, I don't know, somebody said a sun catcher, a cute little ornament that you could like cut out around the card and like, you know, there's so many things you could do with this.
For sure, for sure. Now that glue does not want to work. But it worked for me the other day, so I know it can work. Let me try to put a little bit more. Maybe I didn't put enough. And then once we put that on there, we're gonna put our little backer to kind of clean it all up because there are a lot of layers and it does start to look a little messy if you don't clean it up. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Let's just sit this on here for 2 seconds. I'm gonna take our little insert. Remember this guy? He's been hanging out, waiting for his turn. We're gonna put some double-sided adhesive on the back of that. I need that too. I need some weight there. This glue dries clear, so I'm not super worried if it does like kind of seep out. I'm just gonna hold pressure there for a second. We've worked too hard to let the whole thing mess up from the glue, so.
Yeah.
Kelly said, I tried this type of card before, but I did it with a print and cut on clear acetate and it came out similar. That's a good idea. We did something on inkjet transparency film, like for an ornament.
Yes.
That's the card I was talking about earlier.
We did that with, and we made it into like an ornament, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like a card. It was a card, but you could detach the ornament from the card, so it was like a double. It was like a gift and a card in one. Mm-hmm. We may redo that craft actually because it was really good.
But we also printed on clear transparency and put it inside of an ornament too. That was the
it was a cardinal. Yeah.
Cardinal.
Tomorrow's craft is a faux neon sign. It's amazing.
And it's so easy.
So cool.
Dollar Tree.
Where it's at. Okay. You're going to put this on the inside. My glue is not wanting to stay, you guys.
I think
SOS.
it's just because it's plastic.
But it worked just fine the other time. It just don't want to dry. It's probably because I'm trying to hurry. Mm-hmm. Does anyone have questions so far while we let this glue dry? I would love to answer questions. Obviously, there's a lot of steps that go into this.
How long does it take us to do this ourselves without having to teach? I think Alicia made one within 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, what takes the longest is the glitter.
Yeah.
I am putting double-sided adhesive all the way around, or all on the corners of our little piece. That's gonna go just like this. And this is gonna help hold this in place as well. Okay. And you're just gonna push that down.
Oh, and that just makes it look so much cleaner.
Right. That's why you wanna have those finishing pieces. It's gonna make it look done. Okay. Look. Isn't she pretty?
Ooh.
I love it. And then you can just open it. It's so cute. It's so cute. All right, that's it.
I love it.
That's it. All right.
And I love how you can really change the colors of the flower to make it look like I just feel like this is a very neutral flower base.
Yeah.
You could make it look more like a poppy.
Yeah.
When it's red.
Whatever
or you could
color
make
it
it look
is.
more like a tulip if it was this. This
Yeah.
to me looks more like a magnolia because it's white.
Right.
I mean, there's so many different routes that you can go with this. I just think this is so stinking cute.
It is adorbs. Everybody is commenting.
Obsessed with it.
Good. I'm glad you
Yes.
guys love it. I can't wait to see what you all come up with. I'm telling you, this is such a therapeutic craft, and I think y'all are going to really enjoy
I
making it.
knew that this one was going to be. I knew. I didn't. I thought
Which one did you think?
that one.
Oh yeah, that one is really good. She's pointing at the palm or the.
I thought that the Monstera plant and the paper plot, and I do think there was a lot of people. Also, Lorraine said Gorgina bobina.
Oh yeah, Gorgina bobina.
I did see a lot of people say that they loved that one, but I really thought that it was going to be between that one and this one today.
Yes, for sure.
So.
I guess we'll see what you guys end up recreating. Is this something we need to change if we want to make it bigger, or can that be done? So yes, you can make it bigger. If you wanted to do a 5x7, make yourself a 5x7 square and adjust everything at the same time, but you're gonna make the front of the card the size of that 5x7 square that you made.
Yeah.
But adjust everything at the same time. So yeah, you can totally do that to whatever. It doesn't have to be 5x7. That's just an example.
Yep. Everybody's loving it. I'm so glad that you all have loved it so far.
Yay.
If you have made it this far and you haven't commented, make sure you comment to enter for a chance to win an HTV Raw auto press.
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
a huge
what?
prize. Yeah.
And if for some reason you are watching the replay, go and comment on the replay because that also enters you to win the prize. Now, once again, tomorrow we are giving away a Cricut Maker 4. That you do have to be present to win. So you do have to be here or be square, not be there. Be here or be square. To win the Cricut Maker 4. Super excited about that. And if you haven't checked out our deals that we have on membership right now and you're curious or you want to get started with membership, click that link that Sadie is dropping for you. Remember, if you want to go yearly or MGL Plus, you can use code 75OFF and get $75 off. And like we said, if you want to upgrade, if you already have a regular membership but you want access to all of those courses, you can upgrade and get credited the time that you have left on your membership, plus you can stack that $75 off. As always, if you have any questions, you can always email customer service hi@makersgonnalearn.com. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern.